We've got Shimona Mehta, who is the managing director at Shopify, joining us now. Shimona, great to have you here with us on the show. And congratulations as well on the launch. Can you tell us more about what this means for some of your merchants?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brad. Great to be here. We support businesses across every stage of growth, whether they're in first sale or they're in full scale, MVP to IPO. And if there's one thing that we've really learned, particularly from the beginning of the pandemic, it's that businesses of all sizes need to be ready for anything. And they need to be able to learn and pivot quickly. And so we needed to ensure that we continue to build a platform that's built for change. More than 10,000 enterprise merchants are using Shopify Plus today, to be able to manage their volume and complexity. And more than ever, they need a streamlined location to be able to manage commerce and their business operations across the enterprise. So we're very excited. We are partnering with some key ERP partners, Microsoft, Oracle, NetSuite, Acumatica, Brightpearl, and Infor, to bring large retailers and brands the power to handle challenges like increased complexity, the ability to scale, and the future of commerce, which we know is changing very quickly.
Certainly. And so on the other side of that commerce, you have the end customer. You've got the merchant that, of course, you work with, but that end consumer, rather, and the end customer, how is this going to enhance their future shopping experience?
So what we've seen, particularly over the last 18 months, as we've accelerated, tailwinds that were driving forward commerce, is that consumers are really the ones in control. And they really are looking to work and connect with brands that they can relate to and that provide them an experience where they already are. And so what's more important right now for brands and retailers as they continue to grow and scale is to be able to learn and pivot and make great decisions about their customers. Who are they? Where are they shopping? How are they interacting with the brands? What products are resonating? What markets are we performing well in? And so in order to have one connected back office across the enterprise that surfaces the right insights for business decision making across their investment areas like IT and operations is incredibly important. It means that businesses will pivot quickly and meet consumers where they're at and provide them with experiences that are relevant to them.
Now, we do know that Shopify actually surpassed Amazon in online traffic last quarter. Talk to us about the company's success and how it managed to pull this off, working with so many of the merchants that you service.
Yeah, what we've seen, particularly over the last 2 years through the pandemic, Shopify, what we've seen is that Shopify merchants have generated more than $307 billion in global economic impact. And we've seen this growth among small businesses, a new class of entrepreneurs that have chosen to build businesses during the pandemic. Almost 700,000 small businesses were selling internationally compared to 500,000 in 2019. So they're scaling faster. And enterprise, established retailers and brands who over the last couple of years realized that they needed to be able to, build in a dynamic and be able to pivot and learn quickly. And we've seen them coming over to us, businesses like Heinz or Schwinn, or really great, homegrown D2Cs like Allbirds and Gymshark, who have come over to us to quickly implement mobile systems so that they can continue to pivot quickly and scale without the complexity of long enterprise implementations that are really heavy and cumbersome.
Considering the number of social media partners that Shopify is able to work with to drive even more of those shoppable experiences in platform, that adds a considerable level of complexity for some of the merchants perhaps that are seeing this inflow of traffic from new potential customers that want to engage with the brand, the service, the products that they may offer as well. And so how does an enterprise resource program and platform like this decrease some of those complexities for these merchants?
By ensuring that you've got one connected back end that pulls together the data and the information that you've got coming in from all the channels that you're using, that you've connected with through Shopify. We're providing merchants the opportunity and the ability to connect with merchants wherever they may be, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Pinterest. and to be able to now seamlessly integrate with your ERP and be able to manage your business insights and processes right in your Shopify, right through your Shopify backend is the power, again, that you need to be able to pull all of that together, create a seamless picture of your customer's journey with you, and make really great decisions on how you're going to scale and how you're going to pivot, how you're going to create efficiencies.
This program being unveiled before the holiday season, where we typically track a ton of the retail traffic, both in-store and online for Shopify particularly, what type of trends are you expecting to see for the number of people that are engaging with e-commerce, especially given some of the year-over-year growth that we've seen? A lot of that driven by perhaps the pandemic, or at least accelerated by the pandemic considerably during 2020 as well.
Yeah, in 2020, we saw 150 million people try online shopping for the first time. And what we've seen through that time is that they're staying, right? They're learning how to connect with brands and that they resonate with, and making their purchasing decisions, through social commerce and through apps like TikTok. And so what we're going to see over the course of the holiday season is people are going to continue to search out brands right where they are. They're going to continue to make their purchasing decisions. And I think we're going to continue to see that grow, not just through the holiday season, but well into next year.
You've already seen, since you mentioned TikTok, you already mentioned that partnership, and we know that expanded over the summer as well. What type of advancements have you seen with a platform like TikTok, considering the growth that they have seen over the course of the pandemic, as there is this competition for people's screen time?
There's absolutely a competition. I don't know about you, Brad, but I know that in between meetings, I'm usually clicking on one of them to check my updates and see what brands are saying to me. And platforms like TikTok are no different. We see they've got 100 million active users in the US, another 100 million in Europe. And, they're coming there to seek out connection and engagement. And what we've seen these social commerce platforms do really well is create an avenue for brands and retailers who choose to do this well to be able to authentically connect with customers, build community, leverage the power of influencers, and tell their stories in order to attract consumers to make their purchasing decisions. And we see that through the data as well. Consumers tell us they are going to these platforms to find new brands and to make purchasing decisions.
Shimona, such a pleasure to have you on here with us today. We were taking a look at Shopify stock up on the day by about 1.9%. Shimona Mehta, who is the managing director over at Shopify in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, EMEA segment there.